Hello, once again. Welcome and welcome back. My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I guess it's Sunday, May 24th, 2020, Memorial Day weekend. But unfortunately, it's just not safe. You can't go out there. You're gonna die of the virus. You have to stay 6 feet apart because the virus can travel 6 feet, but it can't travel 6'1". So make sure you do that. And obviously, it doesn't move horizontally either. All these nonsensical rules that these crooked politicians are making up, they are creating these problems and then selling you a solution, but that's not new. All right, so it's been another wild week of absolute hysteria and hypocrisy, flip-flopping once again. These 180s have now turned into 360s and 540s and all this absurdity, right? So the CDC, the purveyors of everything healthy, have now said, well, actually, the virus can't stay on surfaces like we told you before, and we ruined the whole economy based on an inkling that was wrong, but whatever, no matter. We just issue a correction and put it on the 20th page so nobody sees it, and these governors and mayors continue to keep their cities and states locked down. Obviously, it's mostly Democrats. Dr. Fauci, the snake himself, the Bill Gates puppet, World Health Organization hack, now says, well, we shouldn't stay locked down for too long. Bro, just a week or so ago, you said, well, everybody's going to die if people go back to work. Everybody knew that was not true. But this man just keeps flip-flopping back and forth, making these irrational statements, and then everybody's like, dude, you're ruining our whole lives based on a hunch. It's absolutely insane. And then we got Governor Andrew Cuomo again. I want to give this guy a break, but he's just so bad at everything. From the ventilators, to the Javits Center, to the hospital ship, to the Central Park Hospital. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The nursing homes, of course. Now these group homes for children. It's absolutely disgusting. Then he goes on television with his fake news brother Fredo, with his props. He's got a big, he's got three. He's got a normal size cotton swab. He's got an abnormally large cotton swab, and then a comically large carrot top size cotton swab. So they planned this all out. While everybody in the nursing homes are dying, the Cuomo brothers are on CNN yucking it up. Absolutely disgusting. And in his press conference, in his Friday, May 22nd press conference, Governor Andrew Cuomo took some time to show the user-made videos for his Wear a Mask campaign. He now says it's all about respect. What? Is it about health and safety, or is it about respecting your arbitrary executive orders? Which is it, bro? This doesn't make any sense. And of course, he blamed Trump and the CDC for his nursing home nonsense. So he says, well, anybody who wants to see why we did that, they should ask President Trump and the CDC. But then he goes on to say that, well, the CDC is going to set the guidelines for reopening. So which is it, bro? It doesn't make any sense. And he says, well, the nursing home, they didn't have to. If the nursing home wasn't equipped to take a COVID patient, then they just should have said that they couldn't take a COVID patient. Okay, so how about all the other businesses across the state? Can they just say, well, we're not equipped to continue shutting down and then reopen? Does that make sense, Cuomo? What's actually going on here? Nobody in their right mind on May 24th, 2020, can still say that these lockdowns are about health and safety. It was political months ago, but now it's become abundantly clear. Now, I knew, I could see this coming a mile away, no problem. But some regular folks out there who might not be paying quite as close attention as me might have still thought it's for their safety, but even they can now see through the nonsense. It's absolutely disgusting. And Cuomo also took the time out to say that the virus is from Europe, not China. So he's just making things up. He's just making it up. Oh, well, this is not from China. It's from Europe. What, dude? What are you talking about? Who is paying you? Obviously, it's not the taxpayers in New York State because they've all left and the businesses aren't operating because of you. So I assume you're getting some sort of check from China, almost like Joe Biden would. And speaking of Joe Biden, Of course. Now, I predicted this many moons ago that his gaffes and his missteps were going to get exponentially worse as we got closer to the election, and here we are. It didn't take a rocket scientist. I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much because it wasn't tough to see. And I will give a little bit of props to Charlemagne the Fraud, even though I completely hate his guts. He's done nothing but make viral clips for the past decade, so kudos to him for that, even though his rhetoric and his hard left political views are poison for the youth. But whatever, he's, I guess, in some sense, fairly good at his job. So anyways, this clip is obviously floating around everywhere of Joe Biden saying that if you think about voting for Trump over me, then you're not even black, with a giant ear-to-ear grin on his face. And again, I don't think Joe Biden's racist. I could really care less. The man could barely put together a sentence. He's more stupid than anything else. But it's absolutely hilarious how Joe Biden could go out there and say, if you vote for Trump, you're not black. And that is still easier for him to clean up than his whole Obamagate, Flynn unmasking, his Burisma scandals, his decades worth of corruption can all be washed away by him basically making some off-the-cuff racist remark. That's how awful Joe Biden is. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Outside of this sexual misconduct, outside of these racially charged statements, his corruption goes back decades and he is not fit to be president. Not by a long shot. And the fact that this Obamagate thing is now coming out, this Flynn unmasking is now coming out, and that is still much worse than him saying something racist, and everybody's just going to talk about him saying that you're not black, even though his corruption goes back decades. This is obviously making me really quite angry, so I'm going to leave it there. But until the next one, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening.